Hello everyone, welcome to our channel GYANKALYAN. I am Mayuri Choudhury and I have been dealing with Science of Class 10. In this video, I will continue the fourth part of the chapter, Carbon and its Compounds. So let us begin. In the previous video, I have discussed about the versatile nature of carbon and started with the topic hydrocarbons. The two hydrocarbons, that is alkanes and alkenes. We have discussed about both of them. In this video, I will continue with alkynes and then alkyl groups. So let us start. So before I begin with alkynes, let me recall what alkanes and alkenes are. So in the case of alkanes, the carbon or hydrogen or carbon, the carbon-carbon bond or the carbon-hydrogen bond are connected by single bond, that is sharing of one pair of electron take place. And in the case of alkenes, carbon atoms are connected by double bond. Okay, so this is about alkanes and alkenes. Now we will have alkynes. So we have seen that unsaturated hydrocarbons can contain either double bond or a triple bond. So alkynes are the unsaturated hydrocarbons in which the two carbon atoms are connected by a triple bond. So these are known as alkyne. Again, we have general formula for alkynes, that is CnH2n minus 2. Let us see. So alkenes के केस में हम लोगों ने देखा था कि the simplest alkene is formed by two carbon atoms, that is the presence of two carbon atoms are there because double bond is there. So similarly in case of alkynes, the simplest alkyne will be having two carbon atoms. So if we have the formula CnH2n minus 2. So first of all we will have two carbon atoms, that is n equals to 2. So C2H 2 into 2 minus 2 equals to C2H. 4 minus 2 will be 2. So this is the formula for the first or the simplest alkyne. अभी हम देखेंगे कि alkanes, alkenes और alkynes के structures कैसे बनाए जाते हैं. अगर आपको पहले से आता है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. If you don't know, then please do watch. So first of all, we will start with alkanes. So the first alkane we know is CH4, okay, and it is methane. So this is CH4 methane. So now how the structure is made. So this is C. This is the structure for methane, that is CH4. So I have already shown you the structure for methane, isn't it? Two electrons are shared between them, that is one pair of electron is being shared between hydrogen and carbon, and these are the single bonds. So there are 4 bonds. So this is the structure for CH4. कार्बन के आउटरमोस्ट शेल में उसको 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मिल गए और हाइड्रोजन को 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. सो in this way we make the structure for carbon. Now we will see the next alkane, that is C2H6, which is ethane. Okay, यहाँ पर कितने कार्बन्स होंगे? 2. So अगर 2 कार्बन एटॉम हो, 2 कार्बन एटॉम्स, सो कार्बन के कितने वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होंगे? 4 और दूसरे कार्बन के भी 4. So now what will happen? We will need 4 more electrons to fulfill the octet of both the carbons. So what will happen? The 2 carbon will get bonded by sharing these 2 electrons. By sharing these 2 electrons, they will form a single bond. Okay. Now there are 3 valence electrons left for each of the 2 carbons. So now we will fill these places with hydrogen. So this is hydrogen and it's 1 valence electron. Again this is hydrogen, it's one another electron, and this is hydrogen. So see, 3 hydrogen atoms are needed to fulfill the octet rule for 1 carbon, and another hydrogen, 3 more hydrogens are needed to make the structure for ethane. Now we have C2H6. Okay, so this is how the electrons are being shared and the structure is being formed. इसी तरीके से क्या होता है कि कार्बन को भी उसके 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मिल गए और हाइड्रोजन को उसके 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मिल गए. So we can write that C single bond C, then single bond H, okay. So in this way the structure for ethane is made and the formula is also being fulfilled, C2H6. Next comes alkenes. So the first alkene is C2H4, that is ethane. Okay, so how we will make the structure for ethane? So first of all, there are 2 carbons and there is a double bond between the 2 carbon. That means they are sharing 2 pair of electrons. Okay, 4 valence electrons are being shared. So what happens? Two valence electrons are already shared each. 4 valence electrons are already shared. So the carbon is left with 2 more valence electrons. So what happens? It will share 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will need again 2 hydrogen in this side and 2 hydrogen on this side. So इस तरीके से वो अपने एक वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स शेयर करता है. So this is the way how the bond is formed. A double bond between these 2 carbon atoms and single bonds between the carbon and hydrogen. So this is the way structure for ethene is made. I hope this is clear. And the formula is C2H4. Recall the general formulas. So the general formula was CnH twice N. So I think this is fulfilled. Okay. Next I will show one more alkene. Let us do with butane, which will be C4H8. Okay, I am taking the third alkene. Don't get confused. Again, how it is made. If there are 4 carbons, I hope कि now I don't have to show you the valence electrons, but with the help of the bond you will understand. So if there is double bond, okay, there is a single double bond between 2 carbon atoms and there are 4 carbon atoms. So what happens? For this carbon, for this particular carbon, its 2 valence electrons are already being shared. So it will need 2 more electrons. So 2 more hydrogen. Okay. Again for this carbon, see 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 bonds already. So another bond with another hydrogen. So it will need only 1 hydrogen. Again this carbon, it will need 2 bonds. So 2 hydrogen, and this has only shared its 1 valence electron. So it will need 3 more carbon atom. Please don't mind for the diagram. I hope this is clear to you. So see, a double bond is there, two carbon atoms are shared by a double bond, and there are single bond, rest are the single bonds. So simply we can say the structure to be like this. Okay, so this single bonds, they have hydrogen on the side. I hope this is clear. This is the structure for butene, C4H8. Now let us see for the alkynes. Okay, alkynes, and similarly the first alkyne will be ethyne with two carbon atoms, C2H2, and it will follow the general formula for alkynes is what? CnH twice n minus 2, where n, what it represents, the number of carbon atoms. So let us see how the structure is being made. So this is two carbon atoms. Now I will show you in the electron dot structure, okay, where we show the electrons, जहाँ हम electrons दिखाकर structure बनाते हैं, उस structure को electron dot structure कहा जाता है. Okay, so I will show you that, so it will be more clear. So what happens? The 3 valence electrons of the carbon, each of these two carbon atoms will share their 3 valence electrons with each other and form triple bond. Okay, this way. So there will be 1 valence electron left for each of them, this way, and it will share 1 electron with whom? Hydrogen, and form a single bond. So the bond will be something like this. So this is the structure for C2H2, that is ethyne. I hope this is clear. Next I will show you C3H4, that is propyne. Okay, 3 carbon atoms. So let us see. So 3 carbons, triple bond is there. So this carbon will need 1 bond. This one, it is fulfilled. See, if you count in the terms of electrons, अगर आप electrons count करेंगे तो कैसे होगा? एक bond में कितने electrons होंगे? 4, 2, sorry, second, again, see, 1, 2, 3, 3 of its valence electrons and 1. Okay, so it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 valence electrons. Sorry, not valence electrons. It has 8 electrons in its shell, and again this carbon will not need any more electrons, but this carbon will need 3. So it will bond with 3 hydrogen atoms. So you can see there are 4 hydrogens and 3 carbon atoms in the structure of propyne. So this is C3H4. If you have any doubt, then please write in the comment section or join our WhatsApp group. I hope the structures are clear to you, how the structures are being made. Please do practice and it will be more clear. This is a table for the structure of terminal alkynes. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 alkynes here till octane. So you can see the chemical formula and the structure. So this is this condensed formula, structural formula for the alkynes. Again we have alkanes, the list for alkanes. You can see molecular formula, then condensed structural formula, and number of possible isomers. We will study about isomers later on. So next we have alkyl groups. So after the 3 groups we have studied, we again have alkyl groups. So generally alkyl groups का मतलब ये होता है कि अगर आप किसी alkane से एक hydrogen remove करते, if you replace one hydrogen from an alkane molecule, then you will get a group, that is the alkyl group. So उस group को ही alkyl कहा जाता है. So you can see as an example, see if मीथेन है, अगर आप उसमें से एक हाइड्रोजन हटा दे तो it will become what? CH3. So this CH3 is an alkyl group, and as it is obtained from the alkane which is methane, so the name of this alkyl group is what? Methyl group. Okay, methyl group. Again, if you take ethyl, I mean if you take it from ethane, so the formula for ethane is C2H6. If you replace one hydrogen atom, you will get C2H5. अगर एक हाइड्रोजन हम हटा देंगे तो we will get C2H5, and this is ethyl group, which is also an alkyne. So I think it is clear. And there is a general formula for the alkyl groups too, that is CnH twice n plus 1. And the alkyl groups are denoted by R. Okay, they are denoted by the letter capital R. So another hydrocarbon is cyclic hydrocarbons. So in addition to the straight hydrocarbons and branched chain hydrocarbons, other carbons are also there in which the carbon atoms are arranged in the form of a ring. So such hydrocarbons are called cyclic hydrocarbons. So the cyclic hydrocarbons may be saturated or unsaturated, unlike the hydrocarbons we have studied till now. And so the first hydrocarbon is a saturated cyclic hydrocarbon. So that is, they are the cycloalkanes. So we have taken the example of cyclohexane over here. Its formula is C6H12. So a molecule of cyclohexane contains 6 carbon atoms arranged in a hexagonal ring, with each carbon atom having 2 hydrogen atoms attached to it. So this is about the structure of cyclohexane. So let us see. So now we will see the structure of cyclohexane. Okay, cyclohexane, that means it contains 6 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so each carbon has been sharing two of its valence electrons with other 2 carbons. Okay, here see, for example, this carbon is sharing 2 of its valence electrons with these 2 carbon. Okay, again, if 2 valence electrons are already being shared, then it will need 2 more. It needs to share 2 more of its valence electrons. So each carbon will have 2 hydrogen atoms bonded. Okay, all these have 2 carbon atoms. So the structure becomes something like this, and the formula will be C6H12. Okay, so this is the formula for cyclohexane. Okay, and if you take another example such as cyclopropane, so there will be 3 carbon atoms. Okay, so as you see that 2 of the valence electrons are being shared, so it will need 2 more hydrogen atoms bonded on the sides. So the formula for cyclopropane will be C3H6. So this is cyclopropane. Propane for 3 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms are there. So this is the structure for cyclopropane. So the general formula for cyclopropane is CnH twice n, as same as the alkenes. Okay, I think it is clear to you. So the general formula for cycloalkanes, that means saturated cyclic hydrocarbon, is CnH twice N, where N will represent the number of carbon atoms, and this formula is similar to the formula of alkene. Okay, so this is the formula for cycloalkanes. If you look back at the examples we have taken, that is of cyclohexane and cyclopropane, number of carbon atoms 3, so 2 into 3 6, again number of carbon atoms 6, so 2 into 6 12. So this is the formula for cycloalkanes. Next we have unsaturated cyclic hydrocarbons. Okay, and we take the example unsaturated cyclic hydrocarbon, and we take the example benzene, and its formula is C6H6. A molecule of benzene is made up of 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms. So let us see how. So there will be 6 carbon atoms, okay, and the structure of benzene has alternative double bonds, okay, alternative double bonds, and as you can see, one carbon is already sharing its 3 valence electrons with other 2 carbon atoms, so it will need to form a single bond with hydrogen atom, and it will share its 4th electron with the hydrogen. So this is the formula for benzene, that is C6H6. Okay, so this is benzene. I hope the structure of cyclohexane, cyclopropane and benzene that I showed is clear to you. In cyclohexane, एक कार्बन ऑलरेडी अपने 2 वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स 2 कार्बन एटॉम्स के साथ शेयर करता है, इसीलिए उसे और 2 वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स शेयर करने के लिए 2 हाइड्रोजन की ज़रूरत होती है. सो एक कार्बन 2 हाइड्रोजन के साथ बॉन्ड फॉर्म करेगा. सो देयर विल बी 6 कार्बन एटॉम्स एंड 12 हाइड्रोजन एटॉम्स. सिमिलरली इन प्रोपेन, साइक्लोप्रोपेन 3 कार्बन एटॉम्स रहेंगे और एक कार्बन जहाँ की वो अपने 2 वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऑलरेडी शेयर कर रहा है दूसरे दोनों कार्बन के साथ. सो उसे और 2 वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स शेयर करने के लिए 2 हाइड्रोजन की ज़रूरत होगी. सो देयर फॉर्मूला विल बी C3H6. अगेन इन बेंजीन, क्योंकि बेंजीन एक अनसैचुरेटेड साइक्लिक हाइड्रोकार्बन, दैट इज़ वहाँ पे एक ऑल्टरनेटिव डबल बॉन्ड्स होंगे. सो इसीलिए एक कार्बन एटॉम will already share 3 of its valence electrons. उसके 3 valence electrons already share किए होंगे, तो इसीलिए वो क्या होगा, उसे सिर्फ और एक valence electron share करने के लिए एक ही हाइड्रोजन के साथ बॉन्ड बनाना पड़ेगा. So that is why there will be 6 hydrogen atoms and along with 6 carbons. So in the next video, I will continue with naming of hydrocarbons, which is a very important topic. Thank you.